we want our parking to go and put, I mean, we don't have that many options and choices, but...
Well, I think...
Hold on. Sorry. Well, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think that we have a scenario here that this is fairly complex. This is a difficult problem. Because it's eluded a solution for us for at least 2 years. We also have to have something here that will protect the town in terms of whatever solutions we come up with, because we have the public that we have to answer to. The Friends of Crawford Park certainly are going to weigh in. They're frankly opposed to a number of initiatives that we've presented. So you are going to need some engineering backup here to be able to get something passed.
Well, the other thing, sorry, the other thing, Michelle, in fact, this is really an issue that you brought up for a couple of years.
I want to make sure.
And I guess the point is, I mean, sure, we can walk through with the local police commissioner and the fire, which we've done on 2 or 3 different occasions. The thing is, the question is, do you want a professional analysis and an opinion? We tabled it last time thinking, can we do it on our own? And I think ultimately the conclusion we made is that we can't.
Right.
I guess this is probably a good time for me to bring up a conversation meeting that Bishop and I had with the Mayor of Rye Brook, Mayor Feinstein, and the village manager, Chris Bradbury.
Right.
Last week, they approached us to see if we would be interested in basically selling our garage to them, and either sell or swap Elm Hill Park. You may know in Crawford Park, this 1.6 acres is part of adjacent to Crawford Park. That's owned by the Village of Rye Brook.
Correct.
They're prepared to contribute that Village of Rye Brook property to us, potentially in exchange for the garage. Now, there probably is a value disparity between the value of the garage and the value of Elm Hill Park. If we were to move forward, we would have somebody appraise each of the properties, and then assuming that the garage was more valuable than Elm Hill Park, and we wanted to make the exchange, we would then have them pay the difference in value. Now, what I told them is, before we do anything, I wanted to get this traffic engineering study done to see what we're contemplating and how Elm Hill Park may or may not be used as part of the traffic solution in Crawford Park. So one thing I'd ask you to do, Mr. Nowotny, is make certain that when he does this study, he gives due consideration to potential use of Elm Hill Park. And that will help us understand whether or not that's a property we would like to see become part of the Crawford Park.
Okay.
Good. Can I get a motion to approve this traffic study?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, Hope?
Gelfart?
Aye.
Mendocino?
Aye.
Nyors?
Aye.
Villanova?
Aye. Aye. Okay, this Crawford Park Mere Insurance.
Nymer Insurance.
Right.
All right, you all got a copy of the report. This was, NYMER stands for New York Municipal Insurance Reciprocal. They are the risk management firm that provides all of the property and casualty insurance and liability insurance for the town.
Put you closer.
Can you talk louder?
They came a few weeks ago and did a complete inspection of Crawford Park. Now, we've had these guys for about 7 or 8 years, but this is the first time that they've done a very extensive inspection. This was 3.5 hours long. They made us open up every nook and cranny, up into the attic, down into the basement. They looked over the whole thing. You have 17 recommendations in front of you that they've come back with. Most of these recommendations relate to either fire safety or public safety as a general rule. And again, these guys are our insurance carriers, and they're trying to protect us from lawsuits and potential injury by either our employees or the general public. So, as you go through them, I will point out to you a couple of very big ones. If you look at recommendation 01-2202, they're talking about the secondary form of egress from the second floor. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Am I too loud?
No, I
Okay.
just didn't know if this was the proper time to discuss this.
Okay, I don't know, it's on the agenda here. You guys want to take a look at it? What I can tell you is we've already had the staff reviewing this. We've contacted various vendors, be it our fire safety vendors, be it our alarm company. We are, trying to quantify what some of these recommendations may cost. All right, there is a substantial cost buried in those 17 recommendations. So we're going to get back
Are
to
they
you.
absolutely necessary to retain the insurance, or?
No, what happens here is we have 60 days to respond to the recommendations with a plan of action. All right, that plan of action, we would have to indicate to the insurance company what we intend to do, how we intend to remedy.
Okay, can I make a recommendation? Could you then instruct the Parks Department to come make a presentation as to their comments and thoughts on this, and prepare a report for us ahead of the next board meeting?
Okay?
Okay?
Fine idea.
Good. Friends of Crawford Park, you want to present this? Is anybody from the Friends here?
Nobody is from the Friends here?
You're
Okay.
a friend of the Friends.
I am a member of
Are you
the
a member of the
Friends.
Friends?
Yes, I'm a member. All right, this was a letter that was sent in by Laura Klein, president of the Friends of Crawford Park. What they are asking for here is they are asking the town.
I think they're asking for
excuse me, I'm sorry.
the $6,000 expenditure to improve the mansion, and they're asking
Right.
us to fund half of that, or $3,000.
Right, they're asking us to help support the
Right.
re-landscaping of the front of the mansion in this particular case.
It makes infinite sense. The Friends make big contributions. We have a budget for this. So I don't know if anybody from the board has any questions. I think it's a wonderful recommendation. I'm thrilled that they're doing that very positive work for the park. And, our goal is to make it a little bit more beautiful every day. So
My only question is, is this something we should be supervising? As opposed to giving the money to, a private
Well,
entity?
that's a very good question. She mentioned she's working with Mike Eintorno, the park foreman, on this, and my full expectation is our parks people are fully coordinating and very much involved in it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And if you look at the plan, they have a brand-new member that joined several months ago, and she is quite adept at landscape design.
You might have mentioned she's studying landscape,
Yes.
right? And so this is a nice project for her, and obviously a great benefit to us.
Sure. And just so the board understands, we've done these shared split-the-cost type programs. We just did it with the trees under the New York Power Authority program. So, we have plenty of precedent there to go ahead and do this kind of thing.
Are they paying for the other half of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they would fund the other piece.
Okay, the last item. Oh, sorry. So, sorry.
You need a motion to
Yeah, sorry.
appropriate $3,000.
Right. But any other questions? Can I get a motion to appropriate $3,000 for this project? Second?
Second.
Oh,
Gelfarb.
Aye.
Mendocino.
Aye.
Nyors.
Aye.
Villanova. Carden.
yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I think that now this office of Supervisor Lieutenant Greenberg, the correspondence, I guess this is your last agenda item, sort of, that I can see that relates
Yes.
to you. You want to sort of explain what this is and give me an opportunity to tell them not to do it?
Well, okay, the town of Greenberg, Paul Feiner, the town supervisor, has written to us, and his town board recently received a report from ORPS concerning certiorari, not from ORPS, but from their own Real Property Advisory Committee, concerning their own certiorari problems that they're having. Their committee is recommending that they go ahead with a town-wide reassessment, similar to the reval that was done here. And as part of their due diligence, they've asked some feedback from the town of Rye. So I'm passing that letter on to you. They want to know things like how did we handle senior citizen hardships. They want to talk about any special state legislative action that may need to be addressed. But primarily they're trying to see what